Hello dear friends, so today I'm going to tell you a story from the Sofia the First Disney storybook collection. The story name is Once Upon a Princess. Once upon a time, in the kingdom of Enchantia, there lived a little girl named Sofia. She and her mother, Miranda, didn't have much but their shoe shop, but they were happy. One morning, Sofia and her mother went to the castle to bring King Rolando a new pair of shoes. He and Miranda took one look at each other and it was love at first sight. The couple married and soon Sofia and her mom were off to the castle for a life that they could have never imagined. Miranda lovingly greeted the king's children, Princess Amber and Prince James. Then she gave each of them a brooch that she had embroidered with their family crest. King Rolando placed a tiara on Sofia's head. Welcome to the family! At dinner that evening, Sofia counted 6 different forks by her plate. Silverware clattered to the floor as she picked up one fork, then another. King Rolando could see that it was going to take for a while for Sofia to get used to her new royal life. He had a surprise to help her feel welcome. We will be throwing a royal ball in your honor at the week's end. You and I shall dance the first waltz. Sofia was excited. She'd never been to a ball before, but she was still nervous about becoming a princess. I think it's going to take me for a while to get the hang of things out here, said Sofia. Amber nodded. Just follow my lead and you'll be okay. Sofia was grateful. Her new sister was going to help her learn everything she needed to know. Or so she thought. Later on, Sofia went to her mom's room. I do not know anything about being a princess and I don't know how to dance. I'm going to trip and everyone's going to laugh at me. Miranda smiled down at Sofia and assured her daughter that she'd be fine if she just tried her best. Just then, they heard a knock at the door. It was King Rolando with a beautiful gift for Sofia. It is a very special amulet, so you must promise to never take it off, King Rolando said. Meanwhile, Amber had crept up to her door and overheard everything. She began to grow jealous of her new sister. Now, you must best run off to bed. You have princess school in the morning, said King Rolando. Princess school? Sofia liked the sound of that. Maybe she could learn how to act like a real princess in time for the ball after all. She bumped into Cedric. The royal saucer's beady eyes went straight to the amulet around Sofia's neck. It was the Amulet of Avalor, the powerful charm that Cedric had been trying to get for years. With its magic, he could overthrow King Rolando and rule Enchantia. Cedric immediately began to plot how he'd trick Sofia into giving it to him. The next morning, Sofia joined Amber and James for the coach ride to the Royal Prep Academy. The headmistress, Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather greeted her at the gates. At school, Sofia didn't need to worry about making friends. The other children liked her a lot, which made Amber even more jealous. She was used to be the popular one. Amber turned to James. I think it is time Sofia took a ride on the magic swing. So, James led Sofia to the swing. Try it. You don't have to kick it. It swings itself. Sofia climbed onto the swing. She was enjoying the ride until the swing sped up and sent her flying into the fountain. Sofia put on a brave smile while the other kids laughed. But James could tell that she was upset. He felt terrible about tricking her new sister. When Sofia arrived home from her awful day at school, Cedric was waiting. How would you like a private tour of my workshop? Not even the king himself has seen it. In one of Cedric's books, Sophia saw a picture of the Amulet of Avalor. That looks just like my amulet. No, it can't be. If you had the Amulet of Avalor, you'd know, for it contains powerful magic. Can I take a look at it? Cedric said sneakily. Sophia shook her head. I promised to never take it off. As soon as Cedric realized his plan wasn't working, he rushed her out of the workshop. This was going to be tougher than he thought. Next morning, Sophia awoke to find a rabbit called Clover and his bird friends, Robin and Mia, on her bed. They had come to help her get ready, and thanks to the powers of her amulet, Sophia could understand every word that they were saying. After breakfast, with her new animal friends, Sophia left for the royal prep. She hoped in 1 second that the day would be better. Sophia tried hard in her classes, but she went home feeling discouraged again. I thought being a princess would be easy, but it's really hard, she told her mum. Miranda had a surprise. She led Sophia to the patio where two of her best friends, Jade and Ruby, were waiting at a fancy table set for tea. Sophia was so glad to see them. James joined in the party too. He still felt bad about tricking Sophia and wanted to make it to her up. Soon, Sophia was curtsying and pouring tea like a proper princess. But she told James that she still didn't know how to dance. No problem. We have a dance class with Professor Povo tomorrow. You'll be dancing in circles all around us. Amber had been watching everyone have fun without her. Now she was even more jealous of her stepsister. She had to make sure that Sophia didn't dance better than she did. The next day, before dance class, Amber gave Sophia a sparkling pair of dance slippers to wear. Sophia put on the slippers, which immediately took control of her feet. She spun helplessly around the floor until the music ended and she collapsed into a pile of pillows. Amber shrugged. I must have grabbed a pair of Cedric's trick shoes by mistake. Sorry about that. Sophia decided she couldn't chance another disaster at the ball. Princesses just didn't go crashing into things. So, when they got home, she went to Cedric for help. I just have the spell for you. He gave Sophia the magic words to say when the waltz began. Little did she know that the spell would pull everyone to sleep and help Cedric steal the amulet. Soon, it was time to get ready for the ball. Amber was admiring herself in the mirror when James came in. You gave Sophia the trick shoes on purpose. You're trying to ruin her ball. Because everyone likes her more than you. And after what you did, so do I. James, come back. Amber went after him and accidentally tore her gown. How could she go to the ball now? Sophia stood in front of her own mirror and stared at herself in the fancy gown and glittering tiara. She felt like a real princess. For the first time of that week, Sophia was actually looking forward to the ball. After a little while, everyone watched King Rolando proudly escorted a beaming Sophia into the ballroom. The orchestra began to play. It was time for the first waltz. Sophia confidently spoke the magic words that Cedric had given her. Somnibus populi sela. Everyone instantly fell asleep, including Cedric. I must have said it wrong, Sophia cried and ran out of the ballroom. It seemed as if since she had become a princess, she couldn't do anything right. Sophia sank into the floor and cried. A single tear fell onto her amulet and made faded glow. Suddenly, a blue light appeared and transformed into Cinderella. Your amulet brought me here. It links all princesses that ever were. When one of us are in trouble, another will come to help. Cinderella explained. Why are you so sad, Sofia? Sofia told the Cinderella about trying to use a magic spell to help her become a better princess. Cinderella smiled as she explained that she wasn't a princess either. But she discovered that people who truly care about you didn't care which fork you used or how well you danced. Cinderella couldn't undo the spell, but she suggested that Sofia ask her new sister for help. Perhaps all she needs is a second chance. Then Cinderella disappeared. Sofia went into Amber's room. I've done something terrible, Sofia explained when she told her stepsister about the spell and then led her to the ballroom. When Amber saw her father, she gasped into shock. Amber shook her head. No, Sofia, you wouldn't have needed the spell if I hadn't given you those trick shoes. The girls realized that what they really needed was each other. Then they went to Cedric's workshop together to find a spell to wake everyone up. But they had to get past Cedric's pet raven, Wormwood, first. Clover, Mia, and Robin helped, and soon the raven was locked into his cage. Let's find the counterspell. Wormwood didn't realize that with her amulet, Sofia could understand every word he said. So, Clover tricked him into revealing where the counterspell book was hidden. Now, Cedric's spell could be broken. Sofia and Amber rushing into the ballroom when Amber realized that she had a torn dress. I can't go in there looking like this, she sighed, but Sofia wasn't going to leave her sister behind. She quickly mended her gown. There you go, as good as new. Now it was Amber's turn to help. She led her sister in a waltz until Sofia was ready for the ball. Sofia smiled as she took her place beside the king and recited the spell. Populi Sela excited. To her relief, everyone woke up. Cedric was furious that her plan was ruined. Merlin's mushrooms, he said as he flicked his wand and disappeared into a puff of smoke. Meanwhile, Sofia and the king began to waltz. Sofia looked up at her new dad and said, I've been wondering, why do they call you Rolando II? The king explained to Sofia that his father had also been named Rolando. So, I guess that makes me Sofia the First, she exclaimed, and it was plain to see that the princess was going to live happily ever after. The end. I hope you like the story, and please like and subscribe to our channel to watch new videos every day. Goodbye.